Alright, this is our last homework of Unit 1, and it's about graphing something about diabetes. So diabetes is a disease affecting the insulin-producing glands of the pancreas. So the pancreas is an organ, and it produces something called insulin. If there is not enough insulin being produced by the cells, the amount of glucose, and glucose is sugar, in the blood will remain high. So your blood sugar is really high. A blood glucose level of above 140 for an extended period of time is not normal. So this disease, if not brought under control, will lead to severe complications and even death. So here we've got some data about glucose levels in person A and person B. So we want to use the data to complete the graph. We want to title our graph and label the axes and color each data differently. So I'm going to zoom out so we can see more of this. Oh, I guess I can't zoom out on record. So we've got time after eating. So that is our independent variable. So that's going to go on the x-axis. And our dependent variable is glucose level, because that depends on our sugar, our glucose level in the blood depends on how long after we've eaten. So our time after eating needs to go from 0.5 all the way to 4. So we can probably skip a lot here. Let's skip 5 squares and make that, let's skip 6 squares and we'll make that worth 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4. So our time after eating is in hours. And our glucose level is in milliliters per liter of blood. So this needs to go, our y-axis, see the lowest value we've got is 130, and then we go all the way up to 245, it looks like. So we need to go from, maybe we go from 100 to 250. So I'm going to put a break in the graph. This little squiggly line signifies a break in the graph. So I'm going to start right here at 100. And if I want to go to 250, let's see, I can probably, if we skip by tens, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. Oh, wow. So we can probably skip by 20s. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. That should be fine. So we'll skip 2 boxes and say that that's 10. So here's 110, 120, 130, and I'm going to skip, so here's 140, 150, that's 160, 170, 180, 190, and then 200. And then we have 210, 220, 230, 240, 250. So this is 180 and this is 160, 140. So let's see, our person A, let's get 2 different colors. So I've got green and blue, and let's do person A in green. So person A at 0.5 hours, they had a blood sugar of 170. So 0.5 would be halfway, be right here. 170. At 1 hour, it's 155. At 1.5 hours, it's 140. At 2 hours, it's 135. At 2.5 hours, it's 140. At 3 hours, it's 135. And at 4 hours, it's 130. So person A's blood sugar is dropping. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to kind of just fit a little curve to these lines. It's kind of curving like that. It's not really a best fit line, but it's kind of like a best fit curve. So this is person A. Person B, let's see, at 0.5 hours, their blood sugar is 180. At 1 hour, it's 195. At 1.5, it's 230. At 2 hours, it's 245. Let's see, that's 245. At 2.5 hours, it's 235. At 3 hours, it's 225. And at 4 hours, it's 200. So theirs is kind of going up and coming down like that. This is person B. So now we want to answer the questions about this graph. So what is the independent variable and how do you know? So the independent variable is time after eating. Because it does not depend on another variable. The next question says, what is the independent variable? That's a typo. It should say, what is the dependent variable? The dependent variable is blood sugar or blood glucose level, because it depends on how long after you ate. It is also what we're trying to measure, or what we're trying to find out. So the dependent variable is usually the thing that you're measuring, or the thing that you're trying to find out. Which, if any of the above individuals has diabetes? So let's look at this data. So it says here that a blood glucose level above 140 for an extended period of time is not normal. So person A's blood sugar level drops. It goes to 140 and it kind of keeps dropping after a couple of hours. That's saying that their insulin is working, because the insulin is what gets rid of the sugar in your blood. So here the insulin is working and the sugar in their blood is going down. And person B, their blood sugar is going up, up, up. It's really high. For an extended period of time, it's not supposed to be over 140. So here we're over 140 by a lot. And then for 4 hours, it's all the way over 140. So person B might be the one with diabetes, because their blood sugar, or their blood glucose, is above 200 for several hours. If the time period were extended to 6 hours, what would the expected blood sugar level for person B? So you can see this little curve that we've kind of drawn, and it's kind of going down like this. So if we extended our time to 6 hours, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 5 hours right there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours would be right about here. And if we follow this curve, and we go up from 6 hours, be right about there. And if we follow this across, it shows that the blood sugar would be about 160. So person B's blood sugar would be about 160 milliliters per liter of blood. What would a probable blood sugar for person B at 3.5 hours? So again, we'll find 3.5 hours, that's right here. We want person B, so we're going to go up right there, go over. It looks like we're right in between 210 and 215, so maybe 213. Approximately 213 milliliters per liter of blood.